Off the bar, I'm too persistent. Whipping comment, no cast. Get it on my own, no collab. But a bar with me, that's a body bag. Yo people, fam, what with Telling them, it's your boy man Jazz, back again with another reaction, man. I've got Melanin 9 organized democracy, fam. Democracy. You know why I said it like that? Is because if you don't know, I lived in Gambia from 2006 to 2014, and Gambians, they said democracy, they don't say democracy, but that's why I said it like that, fam. Not gonna lie. Well, let's get into it though. Melanin 9 organized democracy, fam. Requested by Wayne L, fam. No more water, man. Bruh. That beat, come in though.
Yo, you ever questioned your worth within this law circus? Your purpose? Why they enforce courts to burst doors and searches? Corporate merchants pressing your jaw against the floor surface. 4 in the morning, storm like water submerges, making my daughter nervous. Forging a permit, if I don't comply, the jurisdiction laws are made worthless. I was
Must have forging a permit, fam. Yep. This is a topic that we all know and that, fam. You know what I'm saying? But it's one of them topics that no matter how many times you chat about it, fam, it's something that people will always take in, fam, and have time for because it's such a big topic, fam. You know what I'm saying? If you want to look at it as an industry, the law system is such a big industry, fam, so corrupt, you know what I'm saying? In so many different ways, and there's so many of them. There's so many different versions of them in different countries and that, fam. Like, everyone always has time for a song like this, fam.
Circus, your purpose? Why they enforce courts to burst doors and searches? Corporate merchants pressing your jaw against the floor surface. 4 in the morning, storm like water submerges, making my daughter nervous. Forging a permit, if I don't comply, the jurisdiction laws are made worthless. I was birthed as a natural person, complying to the laws of my.
That's a bad man said, because what did he say again? Sorry.
Morning storm like water submerges, making my daughter nervous. Forging a permit, if I don't comply,
yeah, if I don't comply, then the jury is made worthless, blood. Because at the end of the law is supposed to protect, you know what I'm saying, you as a person, fam. But that doesn't happen, you get me, blood, you know what I'm saying?
Jurisdiction laws are made worthless.
Because at the end of the day, when you try to call out a law enforcement, certain, I don't know, a certain part of the system or whatever, fam, then a next part of the system is going to come and back them up at the end of the day, because if they don't, it's going to make them look bad in a way. So they don't have your interest, they have their fellow people in interest, and really it's supposed to be about you, you know what I mean?
I was birthed as a natural person, complying to the laws of my divine purpose. Took right turns to learners, a righteous servant. Saw life behind an iron curtain, watching brothers awaiting a knife for a verdict. They treated like vermin, beating like his keys we serving. Left the leak in the cells, blood seeps for our detergent. Gang wars to drug seizures, used to fund police stations, shot tanks to Middle Eastern regions. The shots blow at civilian legions, they block roads for familiar reasons. Unlock holes in particular seasons. Sick of this wine trying to make me feel fearful. Always got me staring through my rear view. It all adds up in statistics. It's big business to get you shifted. This wretched state depends on how many arrests they make. Have the nerve to call this a terrorist state when you're holding 45 Mac 11s and 38s.
So I'm saying, blood, bro, I don't know how many people know this, but obviously people make peas from the government when they have a prison in it, fam. You know what I'm saying? So the more people in there, the more bodies in there, fam, the more peas they make. And that's why, I feel like that's why there's such a big contradiction, because people look at it as a business instead of a place of rehabilitation. Because at the end of the day, people collect the peas and dip from, you know what I'm saying? People don't actually really care about who's going in there to, you know what I'm saying, rehabilitate them and make them into it. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, it was a mess.
It's big business to get you shifted. This wretched state depends on how many arrests they make. Have the nerve to call this a terrorist state when you're holding 45 Mac 11s and 38s. Circling the states, ready to purge on the nigga's fate. Throw me on the turf and put the dirt to my face. Has freedom got a shotgun? 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 Well, you better go get it if you ain't got one. Has freedom got a shotgun? 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 Well, you better go get it if you ain't got one. same nigga was always quick to stab a brother, never did shit when he got his hands bent behind the covers. That same nigga was always quick to screw a next man down, never made a sound when he got his head pressed in the ground. Laid on a stretcher, boy them skated in a veteran. Still caught a case, left spraying from the neck up. Worried about your fucking chain and how you dress up. Should be understanding the laws and the cause of your servant protector. How they learn to neglect us when there's brothers bursting off the...
Hey, no problem, that's actually true. People that are involved in certain things somehow, they have to do it because of this or have to do it because of that. If they actually did learn about the system and certain things somehow and how to loopholes, you know what I'm saying? Low key, fam, low key.
Case left spraying from the neck up. Worried about your fucking chain and how you dress up. Should be understanding the laws and the cause of your servant protector. How they learn to neglect us when there's brothers bursting off suppressors. Innocent murders in the urban setting.
I mean, you should anyway, fam. You realistically, you should anyway, fam. You know what I'm saying? Especially as a black person, you definitely should anyway, fam. You get me? As any person, really, but especially as a black person. But if you are indulging in certain things, 100%, fam, you know what I'm saying? We make you smart, fam, no cap.
Left my wrist torn, put me with 4 in the van. You just a fucking pawn in the plan. Supposed to be upholding the law of the land. Throw me on the wall and call more of your fam. Trying to put me in a frame with a sword in my hand. Drug raids to legitimate robberies. Profits in the pockets of politicians with big properties. Sick of this hypocrisy. Oppressive state they call democracy. They probably got me in the aim now to pop a shot at me, I won't tell. My grandfather died in a cold cell. I say fuck the Poe in every show my soul dwells. That's freedom got a shotgun. 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 Well, you better go get it if you ain't got one. That's freedom got a shotgun. 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 Well, you better go get it if you ain't got one. The government declared bankrupt to private forces to pay the debt they started using lives as resources. Birth certificate states your worth and new endorses. Medical records of deaths, arrests and abortions are all for sale. You won't even make it to a court cell like they did to Smiley Seaman, Enders and Sean Bell. Next time they bring you to a station, ask the difference between the law of the land and legislation. Laughing at my words and interrogating my patience to cover up the fact they can't answer my information. See, most feds don't understand the regulation and they depend on man's ignorance to ratify falsification.
Big facts, fam. Big facts, fam. Big facts, blood. All of that, fam, it's all a little pressure game, fam. You know what I'm saying? It's all a mind game at the end of the day, blood. And whether you crumble or not, fam, more times people ain't even get caught in certain situations, blood. But it's just the way the other side words it and all of that to try and make you confess to certain things, fam. You know what I mean, fam? And then you put yourself in a whole bag of, you know what I mean, because of what could happen, you know what I mean, or what might happen. That's why you gotta realize certain things.
Don't understand the
Not just be out here blindlessly doing anything.
regulation, and they depend on man's ignorance to ratify falsification. See, the approach and the objective is profits. Parasites sucking from the host who endeavors the project. It's logic for them to stay maliciously covert when they're writing new laws in these traditional code words. That's freedom got a shotgun. 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 Well, you better go get it if you ain't got one. That's freedom got a shotgun. 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 Well, you better go get it if you ain't got one. Just remember this, see, the police department is a company that runs based on a profit for stakeholders and corporate owners. It's a big business to get you a shout. They depend on crime to make.
Yeah, that's why I call it an industry, fam, because that's basically what it is, fam. It's just an industry that makes peas in that, fam. You know what I mean?
Money. When they approach you, the objective is profit. Corporate officers, organized democracy, and police state.
Yeah, that was your man like Melanin 9, fam. It's nice to see the UK done is on this kind of tip as well, fam. You get me? But when was this? 2012, blood mad thing. 2012. Yeah, I was in Gambia then, fam. Doing what exactly? I don't know. But I'll catch you man in the next one though. Hopefully you man enjoy that one. In a bit, fam.
Bar after bar after bar after bar after bar, I'm too persistent. Whipping comment, no cast. Get it on my own, no collab. But a bar with me, that's a body bag. Your mans want smoke, then he leaves with a toe tag. Whole squad hit with a double mag Glock. Got left to the street and the body's getting chucked. Bullets with names and your shit's getting popped. Better be with me and the bag's getting cocked. Still gotta chase the bag, humble. Ain't gotta brag in a league on my own and my stats getting flagged. Hit me for the feet, got verses in stats. Come through like the queen, gotta pay that tax. Premium sir.